Believe it or not, State of Survival used to be one of the best games. It even got an awards from Galaxy Store itself in 2020. So what actually happened? There might be many reasons for that. One of the reasons is during COVID, anything that is related to social media or gaming in general got a spike because everyone used to stay at home and people were looking for a way to spend their time. However, what made State of Survival stand out is that the game was really very simple. There was not much features into it. Nothing is complicated, just a straightforward game. And it used to be way more generous compared to many other games, like literally joiners or rally leaders were both as important. Like for example, if we check back in 2020, the maximum base that you needed to build is level 30, giving you the tier 10. It was too hard to zero someone who's level 30 even if he's a free to play. You basically needed nothing more than that. And if someone just reinforced you, good luck even destroying him. It was really very simplified game, even though all the skills never used to work, so that actually was in favor of the game because skills itself was not even complicated. It was basically a buffs and debuffs and an amplifies. That's it. There was no stun, there was no complicated skills, there was no complicated features that required you to be an Einstein or to be a smart ass cat. Everything was simple. Anyone could have actually understood the game. Anyone could play the game. You didn't even need guides for it. It was really simple, straightforward. But there was only one feature which is locked behind the paywall because there was no other way for you to get it, which was the chief designs. Chief designs was one of the most hardest items to earn in the game, but again it did not matter much because it was only needed by rally leaders. As the joiner, it never benefited you. It never used to be useful for you. Nobody needs it, only a rally leader. And it doesn't make rally leader go zero you left and right because the cost of the chief gear long time ago used to be fucking retarded. I think it used to go up to 3,000 or 4,000. Like whenever we used to see someone who's having a single golden chief gear or something, we used to hold our heads because it used to cost so much money for little income. Even the badges, it was accessible by anyone, literally by doing little to nothing every 2 weeks. You will be getting enough materials to keep progressing and getting silver medals. Silver medals during that time, the badges basically was more than enough to keep you holding. There was no retarded features, there was no plasma, there was literally nothing. So, with the release of the plasma, some were excited, but others were not. Companies need revenue, but the problem is they need to balance it out. Now they have made the plasma. With the plasma comes a new problem. Now, at the beginning, you only needed a tier 10 to join you as a joiner and nothing else. But now you need the joiner itself to become plasma, which caused a lot of problems basically to everyone. Like if you're not plasma, you cannot join, or you are going to be a second-rate joiner. We didn't have ghost rallies that time. We used to send double rallies or triple rallies. I don't believe the ghost rally existed during that time. It was some glitch on the system, and by the way, the ghost rally itself is a glitch on the system that developers refuse to fix because it actually helps adding some kind of tactical or strategy to the game. Now, as I said, you needed plasma to progress and make plasma buildings. The difference is it's locked behind time. There was nothing actually locked behind too much time like plasma. Like if you try to upgrade something, all you actually needed is to get the resources, and once you get the resources needed, you will directly progress to the next building. All you need actually is some speed ups, which is too easy to get. Like if you only had Travis event for 1 time or 2 times and farmed a lot of biocaps, you will easily be able to progress and upgrade your buildings easier. But now with the plasma, a free to play needed at least a year to even reach like plasma 2 or halfway plasma 2, which is insane time, because once you used to join rallies and it didn't matter, now it used to freaking matter, and a lot. Even if you tried to save some plasmas, or even if you reached the plasma level required, you would have been replaced by someone who has a higher plasma, which of course affected the experience of the free-to-play players. This is not the only issue though. The bigger issue raised when the tier 11 came into place. It costed an insane amount. It was tested in the BTR, and when people saw it, some again were excited, but some were shocked by the amount of plasma it costs you. Like, that was a huge jump. What used to cost you 1000 plasma or 2000 plasma at max, or even 3000 plasma, now they are asking you for more than 50,000 plasma, some number that would actually blows your mind. I believe during the time it used to cost like $20,000, and this never ever happened before. Like, State of Survival usually releases some mini patches or small patches or even small features. None of them used to cost this much, and this was actually the first time the game decides to release such a patch and tested it on the BTR. Once people have seen that, there was a rage, and actually the first protest in State of Survival happened. And the protest was led by, I don't really feel alright mentioning his name, so I would just say a cat. A cat that gives some hope to the community that they are going to protest and try to change developers' mind, which actually kinda looked like it worked, but it didn't work at the same time. So what happened is, we had 2 actual designs for tier 11. Design that was completely different in BTR, and another design that came into live, which is looked like it's a reduced price. Like in the BTR it used to cost maybe 50,000 plasma, but on the live it costed 20. But what people don't know is they actually have taken some notes from the plasma and made the tree looks smaller, but actually they just split the feature into 2 features. So actually it was not really a reduction in the price. But again, I'm not gonna say that this is actually the main issue, because the main issue is the people who actually were in charge of this protest themselves started spending back, which again made all of their contribution like a joke. Because simply, if you are the leader who promised to stop it because you are standing for something, now all of a sudden you decided to spend again, because you don't want your team to lose, you really fucked up everything. And that's what really happened. With that, the protest ended up with failure. But things are going to get worse, and if you wanna know what happened later on, please leave a comment and tell me if you are one of those players who want actually to learn how State of Survival went from being a very good game into literally a pressure on spenders. I hope you did enjoy this piece of history, and I'm sorry for taking so much of your time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me please if you are interested to know about this more in the comments below.